What's going on, everyone? So today I'm going to do a video on a quick update video. We're going to be changing some things with the indicator that are actually going to push this thing to close to, or in some cases, like we're seeing already, over 90% win rate. Um, yeah, do me a favor, like and subscribe to the video, or to the channel. Like the video, leave comments below. Um, with this video, if you're not using the indicator, we give a 1 month free trial. You get to see the indicator work even before you pay a dime for it, okay? But in this video, I'm going to show you how this one change is going to now push our results much higher. So I spent pretty much all day looking at, and that changes the Heiken Ashi candles. We're going to be using the Heiken Ashi candles. So I spent the day going over August and July result, looking at the results from there, the plays from there, where our losses were, where our smaller wins were, and also on the hourly chart. So it's very clear that we're going to be using Heiken Ashi candles. Okay, so that'll be the first change. So if you guys are using any of the alerts on TradingView, I'm going to change this tonight. So via the Discord, when you guys are getting the alerts, the auto alerts through the Discord, that will all be fixed tonight. But if you're tracking along and using this indicator with me on different stocks, stuff like that, which you absolutely should be, you're going to have to make this change. So it's very simple. You just go and click on your candlestick. You should see something up here in the top. Go ahead, click on the bar style drop down, and there should be a okay, there's Heiken actually. You'll see one for candles, which is probably already there, but go ahead and make sure you have candles favorited and your Heiken Ashi favorited. But you do want it to be on Heiken Ashi, okay? So I'll show you why, right? So here, this is just the daily chart, right? So this is already a almost 90% win rate. It was at like 88% or something. And this pushes it over 90%. So you see here, you got these false sell signals here, where, everything else was a buy signal. This is on normal candles, right? Let's see what happens when we click on Heiken Ashi. Those two sell signals then go away. So those two false signals just disappear, which is exactly what we want. Obviously we don't want false signals. So, and as you can see, this indicator works great. Okay. Going back, even this sell signal, even though it didn't last long, you could have shorted here and rode the SPY down from 255 to 218. It's a huge drop. So that's the daily chart. So we're going to be using Heiken Ashi for all charts. All right, so you can go ahead and just get used to using it because it works better on all charts. And I think the one that stood out the most is on the 5-minute chart. Okay, so let me just look at my notes here. Actually, I have to pull. Sorry, guys. And I'm just going to take this moment while I pause because I know you didn't click on the like and subscribe button. So please go ahead and do that. And I will share with you right now the changes. So the one change is obviously the Heiken Ashi candles. So that is across all three, the 5 minute chart, the hourly chart, and the daily chart for our day trading, swing trading, and long term trading. And the second change that we're going to make is actually to our hourly chart setup. Okay. So on the 1 hour chart setup, and I'm going to post, you guys should be in the Discord by now. If not, it's in the comments. So go ahead and join the Discord. It's free to join. Um, and so I'm going to show you here on the 5 minute chart, or I'm sorry, the hourly chart is what the change is going to be at. So on the 5 minute chart, you're going to stay on the extended hours here in the bottom right corner. We're going to keep that. Everything's the same. Um, you can, uh, obviously, we're still using the Heiken Ashi, right? So I'm changing it in real time, by the way, just so you know. So 5 minute chart, right? This is this is the hourly chart. So we're going to want, this is for our swing trading, Heiken Ashi candles, okay? And we're going to change one more thing on this hourly swing trade chart. We're going to use regular trading hours, okay? And the reason we do that is because on paper, the ETH, the extended trading hours, looks good, but we're trading options with this, okay? And options you can only trade options uh, during market hours. So we want to make sure we can capitalize on these plays during market hours. Regular trading hours. Um, Obviously, this is the 1 hour chart, right? Um, and then the other change was the Heiken Ashi candles. Everything else stays the same. And what stays the same for the hourly chart? Repeat signals are on. Use MACD filter is on. Higher time frame is on 1 day. And then color bars and show trend are checked. Those are the only boxes that you can be checked. And you can rewind the video and check just to make sure you have the same settings. But those are what these settings should be under the infinity indicator. And that ATR multiplier should be a 2. Okay, same settings I told you guys to set up with. All right, so that's our hourly setup. It's now saved. I need to come back and redo the alerts. So I'm not going to do that on video. Next, let's do the 5 minute chart. So our 5 minute chart is set up already. The only thing we're doing is we're changing it from candles to Heiken Ashi candles. And again, let me show you why. Let's look at today. Here's today on our setup as it was. Okay, we got a sell signal here at about 10 o'clock, and boom, it went the other way. Not only that, but we got to kick us while we were down. We got another sell signal, a repeat signal. While this was kind of if you guys have been following me, the MACD, impulse MACD was flat, so kind of a sideways market, and it kicked us in the face. Now we made a good chunk of that back on this buy signal here to end the day, but we picked up 2 losses and 1 win for the day. That is a below average day. Okay. Now, what happens if we're using Heiken Ashi candles? Look what happens. Those 2 cells turned into 2 buy signals, and it worked out great. Okay. These were huge gains on the first one and absolutely insane triple digit win on the second buy signal as it went up, almost 5 points there. So huge win. So that's why we use, and let me be clear. I didn't say, oh, let's look at today and then, say, oh, let's change this. But this is part of one of the things that sparked my mind. Shout out to one of our newer users. Was it Prospect? Sorry, I forgot. Peace Prosperity, 88. Big shout out to him. He said the alerts, which the alerts are based on. My alerts come straight off of here. Okay. So he said, my alerts are not lining up. I got a buy signal on my indicator. He was using Heiken Ashi, but you got a sell signal. And he said, do the indicators usually go against each other like that? And I said, oh, you must have something set up wrong. So we figured it out. I said, oh, we're using Heiken Ashi? He said, yeah. Oh, so that was it. And I said, huh. And I said, I've been meaning to look into that. So I looked into it. Long story short, we had just absolutely, uh, I'll put it to you this way. So for the month of July, uh, for our normal, um, I guess our normal setup, the way we have it, there were 13 losses and 7 small wins. What's a small win? Something that I would consider like 10 to 15% or less on a day trade. That's a small win to me. Usually I'm looking for more than that. So that's why it kind of settled out of that. So that was in July. 13. That was off the regular. So 13 losses, 7 small wins. Heiken Ashi, you had 5 losses, 3 small wins. So you chopped your bad plays in half by 50%. And those bad plays, um, you know, pushed our winning percentage, which was already high, even higher. Okay, so that was for July. Um, and then in August, that was July, right? Yeah, so August, you had 13, again, pretty much the same thing. 13 wins, 5 small wins, and then the rest, the other 70 or 80 plays were wins that were more than 15 to 20%. So you had in August, it was even more pronounced 13 losses, 5 small wins. And with the Heiken Ashi, you only had 4 losses and 4 small wins. The rest of them were big wins, over 15, 20%. And those are the plays we're looking for. That's what I'm looking for. That's what defines a winning play to me. Is on a day trade, a play that runs over 15 to 20% or higher. That's what I consider a clear win. Because obviously it depends on where you got in and this and that. But I'm going from when the candle opened to so when the alert came out to the high point. So on the hourly, because you need more flexibility, I use about 50% as my what I consider a clear win. 50%, because there are a lot of times that you can take something like a 50% loss. So even if you have 5 times as many or 4 times as many winners as, or it is 5 times as many winners as losers, you still don't want to be taking, huge losses on your losers. And then only, if you take a 70% loss on your loser and then you take 15% wins, 10, 15% wins on your winners, you're not going to come up ahead by much. So if you're going to be taking some bigger losses, 50% or so on your losers on the swing trades, then you want your plays to be, your wins to be more, so over 50%. So that's what I look at as a clear win for the hourly chart. And as far as the hourly chart goes, I tracked this back to the end of 2022. So we had uh, 86 wins. This on the normal, we had 86 wins out of 105 plays, 8 losses, 8 clear losses, and then um, 11 wins that were only about 20% to 50%. Um, so you had 82% that ran 50% or more of those plays going back almost 2 years now. 2 years in January. Now with Heiken Ashi, you had a few less plays, but you also had less losses and less wins as well. So you had 76 wins over that ran over 50%, but only 95 plays. So about 80% of those. So long story short, use Heiken Ashi and use regular rating hours on the hourly chart, and those are the changes that we're making. So, anyways, I'm going to try and keep this video a little bit shorter. If you guys have any questions, please let me know in the comments. If you want a free trial, let me know in the comments. Hit me up on Facebook, on Messenger. Join the Discord. You can hit me up on Discord. It'll be in the comments. And we should all be making money with this strategy, especially with these changes that I implemented. I'm cutting out, a good portion of the potential losses. So, this should only take us higher. Anyways, appreciate you guys watching, and catch you on the next one.